Hey guys, happy Thursday. We're on Breakout and it's Thursday. So we're starting with Wednesday, June 12th, recorded on Lizzie's Whisper Flash Z190 at the Ham Supper. Mrs. Jablonski, new recruits! Thanks for volunteering, girls. We need another 400 sets of silverware rolled into napkins. Lizzie, 400. Mrs. Jablonski, gotta feed all our boys in blue. Nora, and girls. Mrs. Jablonski, what? What? Nora, women, I mean. There are women out there too. My Aunt Sandy's been running roadblocks. Mrs. Jablonski, of course. Call me old fashioned, but I think Boys in Blues has a nice ring to it. Here are the napkins, and then. Nora, what's wrong? Mrs. Jablonski, nothing. I just don't think it was a good idea to invite all those city reporters. That Missy from CNN was on the TV last night saying that some of our COs at the prison were breaking rules about contact with inmates and such. Look at her in her fancy shoes over there. If you ask me, unless you work in a place like that, you have no business criticizing those who do. Criticizing those who do. Nora, actually, our social studies teacher says that it's kind of the opposite with journalism, that you need people from outside a place to ask hard questions, whether that place is a school or a sports team or the whole government. Mrs. Jablonski. Mrs. Jones. Hi there. I'm Latanya Jones, and this is my daughter, Elodie. Mary Beth Arnott said you could use some help with the silverware. Mrs. Jablonski. No, I think we're fine here. Nora. Didn't you say we needed another 400 sets? Lizzie. I'd sure like help with that. Mrs. Jones. We're happy to pitch in. Got more napkins? Lizzie. Yep, right here. Mrs. Jones, are you girls excited about the school field day? I know Elodie's looking forward to it. She says there's a race. Elodie, they know, Mama. Nora, I love field day. I just hope we get to have it. Lizzie, we will. They'll just have police all over. Mrs. Jones, well, I thank the Lord no one's gotten hurt. Mrs. Jablonski, we really do have plenty of silverware help if you and Melody would like to head home. Note from Lizzie, this isn't a mistake in the transcription app. Ms. Jablonski got Elodie's name wrong. Mrs. Jones, goodness no, we just got here and we're happy to. Mrs. Arnott, how are we doing here? Mrs. Gonzalez says they need help with the desserts if anyone's free. Mrs. Jones, perfect timing. We've just been released from silverware duty and we'd love to help Mrs. G lead the way. Lizzie's reflections. I don't know what Mrs. Jablonski's problem is, but we still had a ton of silverware left to wrap, and we could have used the help. I recorded this next part after supper while the moms were wrapping leftovers. Elodie, Mama said I should see if you need help drying the dishes. Got another towel? Nora, sure. Elodie, thanks. Nora, your mom's nice. Elodie, yeah. Nora, hey, can I ask a question? Elodie, depends on what it is. Nora, how come you came tonight? Elodie, to volunteer. How come you came? Nora, same. I was just surprised to see you because, you didn't want to work on the sign in class or anything, so. Elodie, we go to church here. Mama says when you're part of a community, you show up. Lizzie, mine too. That's kind of a mom thing. Nora, so, Elodie, do you have any brothers or sisters? Lizzie, Nora, Elodie, I think you know that I have a brother. Isn't your dad in charge of that whole prison? Nora, well, yeah, but he doesn't talk about stuff like that. Elodie, neither do I. Lizzie's other reflections. So that was awkward. Nora gets caught up in journalism once in a while and forgets she's talking to real people with feelings. Sorry, Nora. I know you're reading this, but it's true. Also, I think I agree with Mrs. Jablonski about having so many reporters poking around. Everybody's stressed out. Grandma and Nora's dad and all the officers. The last thing they need are reporters who've never been inside the prison telling them they're not doing their jobs right. I like that the sign they had out front of the ham supper, though, standing up for people who work at the prison. Wednesday, June 12th. Letter from Nora Tucker. Dear future Wolf Creek residents, we got back from the ham supper a little while ago, and here's what I have to report on that. Number one, it was crowded. There were hundreds of state troopers and corrections guys still in their muddy search clothes sitting at the church's long fold-up tables. Number 2, there was ham. Lots and lots of ham. Also salad, rolls, potatoes, and potluck desserts. I was hoping Lizzie's grandma would bring minty brownies, but she wasn't there. 3, there were also media people. I heard Mrs. Arnott invited them because she wanted the ham supper on the news. I wasn't sure how that would work out. I figured anybody who doesn't like the subs at Joe's Mountain Market wasn't likely to be impressed with ham and scalloped potatoes either. But Elizabeth Carter Wood from CNN seemed perfectly happy sitting in the middle of a bunch of searchers eating Mrs. Jablonski's orange banana jello. That sounds nasty. I thought about warning everybody that she's tricky and was probably just being friendly so they'd talk to her and she could put it on the news. But before I had time, Mrs. Arnott showed up with her clipboard and sent us to wrap silverware. Elodie was there volunteering too, which surprised me a little. She and her mom wrapped silverware with us until Mrs. Jablonski fired them, which was dumb. We could have used the help. And you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think she was being a jerk, just like Walker and Cole. I should have said something. Lizzie says I was being a jerk too, asking Elodie so many questions. I swear I wasn't trying to be nosy this time. Asking questions is just sort of my thing. I need to quit doing that. When Sean got back from the market tonight, I told him what happened. He said Mrs. Jablonski was being a racist old biddy, and me speaking up probably wouldn't have helped anyway. He said I should just try to be friendly and include Elodie and stuff so she knows not everybody here is a jerk. Maybe I'll see if she wants to hang out with Lizzie and me at field day on Friday. So now we're home and Lizzie's sleeping over again. Uncle Tommy's here too, downstairs with Mom. He was in the woods searching all day, so Mom gave him a pair of Dad's shorts to change into while she washes his uniform. She's using tweezers to pull ticks off his legs and arms. Lizzie and I were hanging out with him a while, but that was too gross to watch, so we went upstairs. We kept my door open so we could listen, though. Uncle Tommy just told Mom the police found clues in a hunting camp today. Bloody socks that they're testing for DNA to see if the blood belongs to one of the escaped inmates or just some hunter with a blister. Uncle Tommy says this could be a huge break, but I'm not so sure. They thought they had a huge break yesterday when a guy on Mallard Road heard a sound in his shed and called the police to report that the inmates were hiding in there. Officers came and broke into the shed, but all they found was Mrs. Hagelson's cat, Nebula, who ran away a week and a half ago. Mrs. Hagelson was excited to get him back, so it's still a happy ending, just not the one the police wanted. But Uncle Tommy is pretty sure those bloody socks are a real lead. Also, he told Mom the police are about to arrest somebody for helping those guys escape. I hope they throw whoever it was in prison, too. Stay tuned. Your friend from the past, Nora Tucker. Wednesday, June 12th. Letter from Elodie to her brother Troy. Dear Troy, Mama dragged me out to help at a ham supper for the searchers tonight. Apparently that's the thing they do here. Mama says when folks want to help but can't really do anything, serving up food makes them feel better. So we had to go serve ham to cops. People sure do love the police. They want everybody to wear blue ribbons and all that. There's even a sign outside the church warning people not to talk trash about corrections officers. Seriously, I'm not making this up. And maybe just remind the few, if ill of us they speak, that we are all that stands between the monsters and the weak. So apparently, if you're not a corrections officer, you're either weak, that's Mama and me, or a monster, that's you. Made me want to kick that sign right over, but I didn't. I followed Mama into the church to serve ham. Actually, I didn't serve ham. I folded plastic silverware and napkins until some old white lady decided she didn't want my black hands all over her plastic forks. Then I helped Mama and Mrs. G with desserts and dried some dishes, and now I'm writing you a ham supper rap in the voices of all the church ladies. When they did this stuff in the musical I saw, it was Hamilton and all his buddies from the Revolutionary War introducing themselves. They're way cooler than the church ladies, but I'm working with what I have here. Yo, 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 yo. What time is it? Ham supper time. Well, I'm Latanya Jones in the place to be. So pleased to be a part of this community. I'm a busy working mama and a soul bred winner, but tonight I'm all yours to serve up ham dinners. You say you need your silverware wrapped up in napkins? My girl and oh, my girl and I'll get it done before I finish wrapping. Load up a plate with those scalloped potatoes, sliced red tomatoes, even though I hate those. It's all about community. Child, you gotta show up. But if I gotta smile much longer, I'm a blow up. Hey, 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 I'm Mary Beth Arnott in the place to be. You don't have to look far if you're looking for me. I'm here with my clipboard and you ain't gonna get bored. When I'm in the house, I got jobs for you, all sorts to do. If you got the chops, serve some food to those cops. We got brownies for the townies and ham for the state police. Don't mind the grease, it's just more fuel for keeping the peace. I'm Ruth Jablonski in the place to be, and I welcome you to the Wolf Creek Community Church. We come together in unity to honor the officers, they get immunity, act with impunity at every opportunity. So we throw a ham supper and hope they keep the upper hand. If it ain't quite legal, put your head in the sand. 'Cause we gotta walk the walk, make the monsters talk on the cell block and show 'em where they stand. Pretty sharp, huh? Okay, maybe not. But I'm working on it. I'd keep writing, but Mama's calling me downstairs. I never told her any more about those guys in gym class the other day. I thought she forgot, but she didn't. She said we're going to have some pineapple smoothies and a good long talk tonight. Truth is, I'm only looking forward to the smoothies part. I hope you're doing okay. Love, Elodie.